So the number one thing that I looked at when I took on Foley was risk. A risk of not having everything in my DOT files. That was number one. Getting my files compliant, being compliant with current regulations, staying current with regulations as they change, having someone there that was the subject matter expert to say, hey, oh, by the way, these things have changed. We need to do these things. So number one was risk. What's a risk? What's our exposure right now? And Foley helped us get our driver files completely up to date with the proper applications, with our drug program, our random drug program that we have for our commercial drivers, keeping us current on our DOT physicals, because now you've got the reminders. The driver gets a reminder, the manager gets a reminder, I get a reminder. So risk was the number one thing. Is let's mitigate the risk that we have. So, if the Department of Transportation ever walked in our front door and said, hey, I want to see the driver files on these drivers, before I would have to go to the file cabinet and say, all right, let me see what I can find. Today, hang on a minute, let me get into my dashboard, and what do you need? And I can just download, send it to them. I can print it, whatever they're looking for through Foley, where my drivers are being monitored 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And we've caught, Foley has sent to me that, hey, you've got a driver here that's disqualified. So we found 2 drivers that lost their driver's licenses and never mentioned it to us. And I got the alert. And as soon as I got the alert, I, went to our insurance company who, keeps track of their driving records as well. I said, hey, we need to check this driver. Sure enough, the drivers lost their licenses and they were still driving for us. And, I was able to go to those managers and say, hey, this person no longer has a license. Get them out of that vehicle right now. And when we cornered the employee, they said, yeah, I lost it a couple of days ago. And, I just need to keep my job. Well, I get it. But from an, employer standpoint, you can't have people driving vehicles that don't have licenses. That is very hard to put a dollar amount on that. Had those people been involved in an accident and seriously hurt someone, and they didn't have a valid driver's license, and we're responsible for making sure they do, you couldn't put a price number on it. That could be a 7-figure claim, and especially today with nuclear claims that are out there, you get some attorney that's got some hedge fund behind them funding their claims. That could be 7 figures in a heartbeat. So you can't put a dollar figure on what that meant when I realized that, oh my gosh. So, I've gotten a number of those to where Foley says, hey, this guy may not be compliant. And, and again, that's an additional, I don't know, few dollars a month for them to, for Foley to manage that. But, that's an invaluable add-on when, I took on with Foley. We do a review of our insurance twice a year usually. I use Foley as, part of our process for safety. I've given them the details on what Foley does for us, but, it's part of our full package when I sit down and do a review with our insurance company to say that these are all the things that we're doing to mitigate our risk. So I do everything I can to sell them on the features, advantages, and benefits of having Foley as a partner. So I've been in the trucking business a long time. I'm a CDL driver myself. I've driven trucks forever. I ran my own equipment for a number of years. But rules and regulations change. So the folks at Foley, as I was looking for someone to help me with this, they really helped educate me on other things that we needed to take into consideration. So there may be other programs out there, but I'll tell you what, from my perspective, I just absolutely love what it has done for us as a company. And, anybody that asks me, I'd be the first one to tell them that don't be afraid, go for it.